Hello, welcome back to Intuitive Insights in Tarot. I'm Scott, and today I'm doing something a little different. This is Esoteric News with Dan and Scott, and sometimes Veronica when she's there. All right, so Dan, why don't you unmute yourself and come in and introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I'm Dan. I met Scott when he did a reading for me. He hit every note, so we had few things in common, and we just started chatting.
We hit it off, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Hey, you just reminded me something. Can you tell the viewers about the confirmation of the reading that you got from me from the psychic? I mean, you
yeah.
don't have to
So,
give details of your personal reading, but
well, we did a you did a reading for my wife Veronica first, and then that was hitting all the marks. So I wanted in. So then you did a reading for me, and then Veronica went to a intuitive healer, and she did a reading on her, and um, she kept hitting and backing up what you got in the cards. And one of the biggest ones was the moving. We asked about, are we going to move? And you said, if we do move, it won't be very far. It's not like we're leaving state. And she literally said the same thing, where, if we're going to move, it's not very far. We're not leaving the state, like almost word for word.
yeah,
So,
that's really cool. I love it when I get little confirmations like that, or when I hear back from people about things that I saw in the cards coming, being backed up. All right, cool. So what's going on, Dan? I just woke up a few hours ago. I hear there's a lot of crazy shit going on.
well, a lot of the crazy stuff, I don't know if we can talk about um, here on
Well,
this
that's
side.
okay. That'll be in the second half where you have to come to my Patreon channel to see that, folks.
So let's warm up with something really weird. A few days ago, there was a crash in Alaska. They're saying it was an airplane, but it really looked almost like a sky squid that fell from the earth. And there has been a couple of videos, people saying, is this like an entity flying out of the sky, like an alien, or like an actual like squid thing falling
There
to
was
earth?
no plane. Yeah,
Yeah,
does look like a squid. Do you have some pictures of that to share?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, that does not look like a plane crash to me.
You can even see like those weird tentacle things. Um, I mean, I've never seen a plane crash like that, or missile or anything. You know, I don't even know what could make those designs. Was it an airplane filled with water, or yeah, very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, did you see that video from that woman who had recorded something in the sky that looked like that?
Yeah, she had multiple things. Like, people see weird things in the sky, but these were like just like this. It was like a light, and it had a trail behind it, wispy. The closest thing it comes to mind is from Harry Potter, the Dementors.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah,
The
it's a
Dementors, right?
yeah, gray color. I mean,
I want to show that. Can you stop the share screen?
yep.
Yeah, so then a buddy of mine sent me this, and that's a good picture of it right there.
Yeah.
And then she's got these other videos that she took. This. These look like that thing a bit, don't you think?
Yeah, like a whole herd of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. And this woman, she gets a lot of crazy stuff on her channel, Gina Maria Colvin Hill.
Mhm.
Um, she's always seeing all kinds of aliens, and sometimes I think she's seeing things, but she The more I watch her videos, the more I'm starting to see things that like she says. But look at that. I mean that, and then this. That's her enhanced version of. Anyways, so what was that, right? That's what we want to ask the cards.
Yeah.
Was it ordinary? Was it man-made? Was it really a plane that
Yeah.
crashed? Or if it was a plane that crashed, maybe it was a chemtrail plane, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Or
That would have been something to leave something
or
like that.
was it something from out of this world?
Yeah.
All right. Change to my overhead camera. There we go. Oh, first card, Chariot.
Yeah.
Chariots often are UFOs,
Yeah.
you know. It's very unique. Yeah, so this was not, I got some goosebumps right now because it's not unique. Looks like they got into trouble. So this is something that came down from the sky. You got these swords, two of these swords here.
Mhm.
Those are air signs. So it was a vehicle that fell down from the sky, and it looks like something from Earth, like a group. I'm not sure if these are good guys or bad guys. It's like it got shot down
Oh wow.
because it caused a lot of grief. And there was like the Three of Pentacles. So there was like a group from Earth or something from Earth. Let me find out if it was good guys or bad guys. Here's more work. This was a very upsetting thing for somebody.
Uh-huh.
Wow. This Queen of Wands. I'm thinking over here is the good guys, over here is the bad guys. So I'm thinking that was like a, oh wow, and the High Priestess is involved. So it's like could have been like something even nefarious. It was some kind of bad guys, and
Hmm.
looks like the Alliance were able to stop them somehow. But whatever this
Yeah.
is, it really upset the group that was in control of that thing. And so I
Yep.
want to say, and over here we have this Queen of Wands. She's with the Alliance. She's a good guy. So I think the good guys did something to take that one down. But it
Wow.
definitely was not terrestrial. Definitely was not an airplane that fell down from the sky. So it's just when that Chariot came up
Yeah.
first thing, that ring, that's
Right off the bat.
definitely a vehicle that was in the sky. Okay,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Now, it doesn't just the cards didn't tell if it's a non-biological vehicle or biological vehicle.
Well, now with that Chariot, I definitely get the feeling that it was a craft, and then in
Yeah.
that craft, it was being controlled. It was being flown,
Hmm.
and then it got shot down somehow. Maybe that's the Space Force at work there.
Yeah. So I watched your video on Sasquatch, and
On my Patreon channel.
yep, and there was the cards you read. I'm not going to tell all of it, just the one that
That's okay.
really,
You can give a teaser.
yeah. What got me really thinking is Sasquatch are tired of us. You know, they're tired of being bugged, and they don't want to reveal themselves because they kind of fed up. So that means, obviously, I think we all know that they're elusive because they're able to go in and out of either dimensions or realms or whatever it is. They can shift back and forth. Now, they get to choose, they have control over it. With the vibration that's going on in the age of Aquarius and the new world that's for hope's coming here soon, that
And
might
with
change the energy.
Jupiter and
Yeah,
Neptune aligning,
Neptune
um,
aligning. Just today for me, yesterday for you. Our cryptids and creatures, entities that can't control themselves, are they going to just start showing up? Because unlike the Sasquatch who can control it, if they can't, who knows what's going to happen? So I'd like to know if they're going to be entities or creatures or cryptids just starting popping up now that vibration's going up and the world is kind of changing.
okay, so in the next couple of years, are there gonna be more sightings of mysterious creatures, cryptids and so forth? All right, let me pull some cards and see. Chariot again. I, yeah. Maybe it's telling us that thing was not a vehicle. Maybe that thing was actually an entity of some sort. We got the ascended wise masters, highly evolved. Oh, hmm. I think you might start seeing it on mainstream media.
Wow.
So
Not as a joke.
we have this page of pentacles. So this is things from the earth. This is real things, not spiritual things, not ghosts. It won't be like ghosts. It'll be like physical, real things. And then yes, okay. And this King of Swords can often represent media. So I think yes, and it won't just be like on YouTube or the internet. It'll be like you'll they'll be showing up on TV. Six of Pentacles. Like if you were one of the people to get videos of
Mhm.
this, you could make money from it. I think that's
Yeah.
what this is saying. Oh, there's so I think that is definitely a definite possibility.
Well, it would
Practical.
probably have to start coming out in the media first so people don't start freaking out. You know, if it becomes common, you know, oh, we saw another sky whale or something.
Yeah.
People will
So
just,
but I think that a lot of them will be coming from the earth. They might be coming from underground. I'm like the Kandahar giant comes to mind.
yeah, yeah. So, um, can you ask if they're gonna be nice or
Right.
I don't
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
understand.
I'm getting the feeling that they're practical. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Yeah, yeah, they're definitely beneficent beings.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm just this. It's a little bit crazy, but you know how with leprechauns, if you caught a leprechaun, then he would give you a bunch of gold or something like that. I think the story
Yeah.
is. So it's like, in other words, there's like wealth. Look at all these pentacles I got.
Wow.
So somehow there's like wealth involved with them too. Like I really think like if you get good video of them, you could sell that, make a lot of money with it. So have your cameras ready if you're when you're out walking in the woods and stuff like that, because that's where they're going to be. They're going to be in natural settings.
Yeah.
It won't be popping up in cities or anything like that. And also with this car in the background, if you could actually like talk to one, you could like get wisdom from them. So yeah, all of it is they're not going to be like monsters coming up and attacking people. So it's possible.
Around the world, COVID's basically done. While all of a sudden there's these crazy lockdowns, like Shanghai, and we get the same videos from 2 years ago when it was all hyped, where people are like
Really?
jumping out of buildings. Yeah, it's wacky. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Like why? It's almost like a reset button, and we're reliving 2020 again. We even have Philadelphia saying they're going to start up indoor masking. So it just doesn't add up. Like, is this to prepare for, say, a certain tweet and darkness coming, or is it, in Shanghai, that's China? Is it going to be maybe a country being entered by a bigger country?
Okay, so first let's do just Shanghai.
Yeah.
Let's look at why are they, and have they already done it? Or you said they were going to do it. Have they already like started the new mandates and everything? And
it's total lockdown, literal testing. There's video of testing where people have to get on their knees to be tested. And Veronica was watching a video where they're at a camp, but it's weird. Half the people have masks on. If people were that paranoid or that authoritarian, everyone would be masked. It's just weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up.
okay,
It looks
so
like
we're
a
gonna
homeless
look at,
shelter, not a camp. So
all right. So what's going on in Shanghai? Justice. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, this is definitely a white hat operation, man. The military's going in there. All right, and this is in the future. So it looks like there. So there's this independent group who's going in there and bringing justice for some reason, and it's maybe preparing for some type of military action when the time is right. And here's that 3 of Pentacles again.
yeah. Now,
And then the King of Wands. So whatever it is, it's for the benefit of humanity.
okay. I have an
In
idea, but
Shanghai.
I don't know if we should talk about it in the free section.
And well, yeah, okay. And it's a cover, okay?
Okay.
With this 10 of
Yep.
Cups, that it's what they're it's definitely not for COVID. That's a cover for something else that's being done for the benefit of mankind. So
Okay.
and this I guess we can put this part on YouTube, right?
Yeah. I got a follow up, but I don't want to risk anything, so I'd rather ask you.
Save that for the
follow-up.
second half.
Yeah.
Second half, we're gonna put it on Patreon.
Elon, it's kind of, he's in a gray area. People say he's a good guy. People say he's a bad guy. he likes to troll people, just like DJT likes to troll, just say things to get people wound up. The big thing is he's the largest shareholder, and he's refused to be on the board, which means he could literally just buy it. Because if you're on the board, you can't buy more than 14%. Now he's not on the board, he can buy as much as he wants.
Right.
So there's a certain group, and they claim that from Twitter is going to come a tweet, but it didn't say who.
The tweet.
Yes, and everyone's worried about DJT. Oh, he's going to be back on it. But the problem is, it was never said who was going to give the tweet. It literally could be anyone. You could get called up, be on Twitter, and you give the tweet. So, is what's happening with Twitter now connected to that?
Okay. All right. Good question. Yeah. All right. The storm is upon us. That's what we're all waiting for.
Feels like the storm's upon us for some people.
King of Cups. It's the Two of Pentacles. Oh, there you go. That's a yes. This is so with this Five of Swords in the background, there's been a lot of debate on this topic. So I guess there's probably been a lot of opposition that's been stopping them from getting Twitter under control. King of Cups. So that's a yes. When Elon Musk tips the scales to where he's got control of it, then that'll make way for this Chariot, which is it might come from a military source, like a general, a famous general, or something like that. And then it's going to make everybody focus on this. It's going to make a lot of people angry or passionate.
Yeah.
It's going to focus people's emotions on their passion. So yeah, that sounds like the tweet. And we got the yes right there, dead center. So I'd say you're spot on with that. And it's going to trigger a lot of people's empathy and intuition. And people are going to start coming into a new way of thinking with this Three of Wands. And I think this is the normies. So like when this happens, so when Twitter gets freed up and you start getting all this truth, people are allowed to speak their minds. It's gonna make people angry, the liberals and such. It's gonna really make them angry, but then it's going to start opening up their intuition and getting them to look at things in a totally new way, which is what free speech is meant to do. And unite people, the left and right. It will, after the anger subsides and their intuition gets open, their third eye gets open, and they start seeing things in this new territory, it will start bringing people together. Wow, that's great.
I got a follow up on that because it just popped into my head. People have referenced what's going on now when it comes biblical. They mentioned the book of Esther, where the bad guys have all these plans and then everything gets flip flopped and all the terrible things they were setting up gets used on them. Now, since right now most conservatives have been kicked off Twitter, it's going to be mostly liberals who see what's up from that angle. Will the downfall of the cabal be the liberals they created? Because some of the most loudest speaking conservative voices actually were liberal. And when they find out they were used and betrayed, that energy goes from this into justice. So
Right.
will the liberals they've created be their downfall?
Yeah, because when people realize that they've been lied to, they get angry and they want to take revenge. And we know that those liberals are kind
Yeah.
of mean. They're
They'll-
mean people
Well,
when they
they're emotional and passionate, so they'll take action if they realize. Conservative might
right,
be more restrained,
right. Yeah, I mean, well, we see how, yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, the moon. This is the information coming out. The second time the hermits came up in the background. So these ascended masters are kind of behind a lot of this that's going on. And yeah, we have, oh, wow. Oh, moon and death side by side. That's interesting. And this page of pentacles in the outcome again. But this is, I mean, it's a different question, but still another page. So a lot of these liberals, they're emotionally stunted people. And wow. So they're represented here with the moon. So they're like they've been, their minds have been shrouded with disinformation. And then they're right now they're slowly starting to come around to this new information. You could think of this page of swords being the truthers, us.
Yeah.
Okay. And the liberals have been under the spell of media and government and science, and they're slowly making this transformation. A lot of them are. They're probably not talking about it. They're starting to listen to people like us, and then they're going to be like, they will be the new truthers. Okay, so now to answer your, see if I can get an answer. They're going to be joining the family, and they're going to be like really beaten up, feel really beaten up about it. But no, it's gonna they're not gonna react in an emotional way. They're gonna be practical about it. They're gonna take this information, and once they are able to absorb it, they'll be celebrating it. But it looks like many of them are going to be joining us. They're gonna come with a lot of stress over it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking, not all of them though.
Yeah.
This 10 of Wands is going to be like 10% that just won't be able to handle it. But then celebration. So no, I mean, I don't see them like, it's not going to be, they're not going to be acting out violently. They're just going to be joining, joining with the truthers, I think.
To me, it sounds
Which
like,
is, that's a good thing. There's not going to be, there is, yeah.
but to me, it sounds like I keep hearing this, and it's going to be tough to do that when you do know someone that starts to wake up, not to say, I told you so, and just,
Absolutely.
if you have open arms, that might diffuse it. So maybe that's why they don't
Yeah.
have the reaction they do. If you can just, let it go and realize that it's not really them. You know?
Yeah. No, I think it's important to do that. We don't want to be throwing in anybody's faces or trying to make them feel bad about it, because everybody wakes up at their own time, and the whole world is going to make it, but there's going to be a percentage who will not be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will probably end the YouTube portion of our broadcast. Now let's get into the good stuff.
Okay. All right.